This is a 1970 E361T Brockway. This was a truck that my dad and I had purchased back in 2004. It was actually in a garage, cinder block garage in storage for a number of years. It was in really poor shape, really rusty. But my dad liked the 361, so we bought it. We were able to get it started and drove it only a couple miles to get it home. It was right after we had finished restoring my 1955 Brockway that we started working on this. So this truck here, like I said, was made in 1970. The E means that it has a 671 Detroit in it, and the T meant it was a tractor. The original 671 naturally aspirator was replaced with a Silver Series, so it's a 671 TAB, so it's turboed, aftercooled, and bypass blower. We took the Daytons off, and I put a front axle out of a little bit newer Brockway so that we could put the Bud wheels on. We took the manual steering off and replaced it with Shepherd power steering. And it turned out that the frame was cracked underneath the fifth wheel, so we Z'd the frame at the fuel tank and put two new rails from PG Adams underneath it. And at that time, I said, if we're re-drilling all these holes, we're not going to put springs underneath it. We're going to put air ride.
It was too bright to come over on this side earlier.
From Brockway, in the 70s, you got New Way. So I went to the junkyard and found a single axle New Way cutoff with buds on it, and we were able to put that on this truck, which really made a great improvement on how the truck, how it drove. It really is a nice riding truck now. We did change a number of other things. It doesn't really look much like the picture from when we brought her home. Of course, we changed the Daytons to buds. We added the power steering. We took the big Donaldson air cleaner off and put the far square type air cleaner, which is very common on Brockways. We went through the entire interior. So instead of just having the Detroit type green, we painted everything tan. That was sort of like the 700 series Brockways had, and made some panels to fit underneath the dash that looked like Brockways, something they would have made, and put our AM FM stereo with the CD player in it, and put a CB above the map pockets on top above the dash, and just made a lot of nice improvements so that it would be a nice, comfortable truck to drive. We started in 2009,
I dig it.
right after
the weather
the 2008
is perfect.
Brockway show, and we finished it and took it to the 2014 Brockway show,
sunburned,
which was really
but
a
you
great
can't
trip
have
because
everything.
my dad and I were able to take two trucks to the show at that time. We drove up from Scranton to Cortland with my 55 155W, and then this 1970 361T, which was great. So that was really a treat.